I think that just to say, I have 7 white friends doesn't say anything about my relationship with the majority of Americans. It doesn't. And it doesn't speak to the fact that I understand things about your race that I wouldn't if I didn't have 7 friends. Me saying that kind of gives itself to this credence that I know everything about white culture or Caucasian Americans because I know 7 of you. And that's not the truth either. So I think you have to be careful when you quantify a relationship rather than just experiencing it. Instead of saying, I got a black friend, bring the black friend to a party. Instead of just saying, oh yeah, I'm at a school with black kids, bring somebody to experience that, and they're more in tune with what is happening because they can live it for themselves. I actually was stopped by a cop in San Diego about 9 years ago when I was driving just through the city. And I was driving downtown to show a friend the wonderful spots that can go downtown. And I had a cop stop me, pull me over, and said, you had an aggressive look on your face. And I said, I apologize, I don't know what aggressive looks like. And he said, are you being smart with me? And I said, no, I'm not. I don't know what aggressive looks like, and I apologize if I offended you. And he said, I need you to stop talking and stop being smart. And that's, to me, educated, master's degree, 3 wars. I can only imagine what happens to other individuals who don't have the knowledge or the education to make sure that they put themselves in a situation where it doesn't exacerbate the situation. I knew he was looking for a reason to arrest me. It puts a bit of tension and stress in your body constantly. There's this layer of stress you always feel, and you have to fight it off with a little bit of rationale and a little bit of I don't care, right? There has to be a little bit of I'm not going to let that affect me today. But that's the only way you get over it, is to tell yourself you have to get over it, because there is no that place always exists no matter where you go. You definitely get to a point where you say enough is enough, and you decide to try to change it at some level. But that is difficult, to change an entire mindset that is constantly being driven in a certain direction. You can adjust the content of the television sets or the movie screens of all of the white people that are saying, wow, the first black character in that movie choked that white woman. What does that have to do with me? Nothing. But they relate those things because they're relatable. And I can relate that to the very large black man I see in front of me standing in the counter at Macy's. I think there's so many things you can do. I think one thing you can do is be aware of things like this, the medium that allows you the porthole into someone else's experience. That's extremely important, because you could never ever walk you could never walk a mile in my footsteps. Number 2, going to a place that has a race or sex or creed or outside of your norm is important, because that opens you up to the fact that the world is 7 billion people and not your neighborhood. A third thing, engage the topic in a way that's constructive. And not that you have to sit at the table and listen for it, you're waiting for a race joke to happen. That's no way to live. But when you do hear things that don't somehow allow reality to come through, open that door and say, that's who else you just offended. So I think those are 3 tangible ways that people could be involved.
You make it easy to